Wait for people to join. Whew, I don't know why I'm so nervous. Show who's on? Oh, 4 people. Hey! I am. Okay, I guess I'll start. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the beginning. Bear with me because I'm gonna be all over the place with details and stuff. So, back in September, Nick and I actually thought that we were pregnant. I had all the symptoms, everything was going on. We started getting super excited. I even called a doctor's office. They told me, yep, sounds like you're pregnant. Let's wait a couple weeks. We'll have you come in. We'll get everything going. So that's what we did. That was, I want to say, the beginning of September when we started thinking I was pregnant. And the symptoms got more. This went on for another week. Everything was good. And then I never got a positive pregnancy test or anything. It was too early. So then a week later, I called back, told them I still had the symptoms. They told me it was too early to test, too early to come in. So I didn't. A few days after that, where it was like 2 weeks into it, I started getting really bad cramping. Never felt this kind of cramping. Tight, very bad. A couple days after the cramping started, I got major bleeding, like never before. I mean, I'm a girl, I know what that's supposed to be like. So it got to the point where Nick had to help me walk. The cramps went all the way down my legs. It was horrible. Ended up in the hospital. This was September. They did some tests and ended up leaving with paperwork on a spontaneous abortion. I know, touchy word, but they didn't know if it was too early in a pregnancy to say it was a miscarriage or if it was a cyst. Now, I have PCOS, so it could have been a cyst. They did see a little one, but I always have cysts on my ovaries. So we called it a cyst and went about our business. The pain lasted an entire month. I went back to the hospital 3 times that month with the pain and ended up signing a waiver, waiving care because they would do nothing for me. Ended up at a doctor's office. Sorry, I'm speeding up my story so I can get to the exciting news. Ended up at a doctor's office where he saw me right away, heard all my symptoms, and said, we're going to do surgery. So we had our wedding, New Year's Eve, as you all know. I was still in pain. This is 3 months later after the whole bleeding hospital thing happened. Still in a lot of pain, waiting to hear when my surgery will be. Got the phone call the way to Florida for the wedding saying, we have a date for surgery. It'll be January 9th I had my surgery. So the day after we got back to North Carolina, I actually had my pre-op and had my surgery January 9th, had my follow-up January 16th, where he told me he found endometriosis. So a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with PCOS, which means I have cyst on my ovaries, polycystic ovarian syndrome. This is my nose ring, by the way. It's not a booger. That's really embarrassing. So he found 24 cysts on my ovaries, which just sounds horrible. It's not a good thing. I mean, the 24 cysts. He found 12 on each ovary, as well as the endometriosis, which is tissue. With PCOS, I do not ovulate. I've never had a period on my own. Both syndromes, I guess, mean infertility. I have been on birth control since I was 15. So naturally, my mind was broken. I'm never going to have a baby. There's nothing I can do. Naturally, it's what a girl thinks. So my options were to get pregnant or to start menopause. So I got off of my birth control January 16th, and No, I'm not pregnant, unfortunately. Nothing happened. We tried, it did not work. But today I got a shot that started menopause. So I am 23 years old and I am going to go through menopause. I will go through all of the symptoms. I will go through the hot flashes, the headaches, the weight gain, I guess. Anything that your mom, your grandma, your aunts, anybody's ever told you about menopause, I will go through at 23 years old. But the exciting part is that at the end of it, I will be able to have a baby. And this was the very first step in our journey to baby Desmay. And the reason that we decided to share it with you guys is because since September, when all of this started, I was so sad and so ashamed that it was happening that I wanted Nick to tell nobody. Nobody even knew I had surgery. It was very private. We're very private people. And then I started thinking about a week or two ago that it's so exciting. Like, not the menopause part, but the baby part. So we decided to share our journey with you guys. Nick will be gone during most of it, all of it. So this will be the way that I deal with it, and it will be the way that we get through it. And I will be back in Florida going through all of this, but at the end of it, when I get off of the 6 months of the menopause, my body will reboot, my reproductive system will reboot, and we will have a month to try and have a period. I will, not Nick, to try and have a period so we can have a baby naturally. And if we, I hope that didn't offend anybody. And if we don't, then we will get on infertility treatments and we will have a baby no matter what. So everybody be prepared because baby Desmay is coming this year no matter what. We're very excited and we love you all and we hope that you're excited to go on this journey with us because yeah, Amber and Nick does have periods too. We're very excited to go on this journey and we hope that you guys will be along for the ride with us because it's very hard to open up about all of that. So thank you guys for watching.